Good evening, everybody. This is Marius Landman. I'm coming to you from our main office here in Brisbane, Australia. And today we're going to have a really exciting information session here. And what I'm going to do is to go through a certain amount of coins. So let me just quickly share my screen there, Tertius, and then we can get going. I hope everybody is all awake. And if you're in the morning, like I am here in the morning, it's now 7 o'clock in the morning, just getting ready for a nice coffee. Beautiful weather here in Australia. All the fires are dead. Plants are growing. Everything is good again. How are you guys doing, Tertius and Darren?
Oh, we're awesome. Thanks, thanks, Morris. Busy day, early start to the day. Long day. Let's put it that way. ready to get into some sleep, but don't know if that's going to happen soon, depending on what you're sharing with us this evening.
Yeah, no, that's good.
If I can steal a second there, Marius.
Say again, De Walt.
I said if I can steal a quick second. I'm not sure. Sure. I know it's all to know it members on here. But we got one of our first charities today on Rising Star, which it's a big one for us. I know everybody's to know it members here, and to get a charity that doesn't even know what crypto is being supported by this platform is just fantastic.
Yes, that's
so yeah, thank you again for what you guys are doing.
Gee, well done, man. That's really great. Nice news there. Okay,
Morris, just in case we don't see your screen yet. If you're sharing your screen, we're not seeing it.
There we go. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, there we go. You should see Bitcoin.
Yep, we got it.
Okay, guys, let's get into this quickly. I'm just going to bring a document over. I wonder what's the quickest way. Okay, I'm just going to bring this document over. What I'm going to do is just to upload that document in the members area. Just give me a second. We'll start soon. So this document that you see here now, Tertius, I'm just going to upload that document into the back office for to know it. I just want to do it now before I forget. So what I'm doing is the document that you see on your screen, I'm just going to upload that document into to know it into the back office. You can go and download that. That's kind of like a cheat sheet that we are using. It may not play out 100%, but I'm going to explain that nonetheless. It's just going to be called the title. What is it today? It's 7. I'll just make it 7 February. It's actually 6 February in the rest of the world. So it will be called 7 February 2020 cheat sheet. I'm just busy uploading that. Should have actually done it earlier. I'm just going to feature that. So what you do, go under reports. I'm going to put it under the segment reports. And I've made it the feature so you can actually see that. Let me just see if that uploads quickly. There we go. Okay, the document is now uploaded. Okay, so you can get the same document, this one that I have here now. Okay, so remember this now, this is an unofficial document. That's why it hasn't got a logo on and it hasn't got anything on it to identify where it comes from. It's a unofficial cheat sheet and you use it at your own risk. It's not for day trading, it's swing trading. And remember again, everything that we do here at To Know It, It's all swing trading. There's no such thing as day trading that we do. I have never, will never do day trading. It's complicated. You need to know what you do. So some things that I just quickly want to make sure here that everybody understand. There are two assets or facets in the cryptocurrency industry that we use to make, let's say, gains. The first thing is, in an uptrend, you make dollar value. Okay, look what it says here on the right hand side. In a downtrend, you make crypto value. So while we're now in an uptrend, remember on 18 December 2020, I came out and I said that is the low for cryptocurrencies and that we won't go lower. Short term now, we won't go lower. So now we're in an uptrend. In an uptrend, it is very difficult to make extra cryptocurrencies because if you sell at $100, next week the market is at $120. You make dollar value. You lose dollar value if you sell at 100 and the market goes up and you buy at 120. You didn't increase your crypto count. But in an uptrend, that doesn't matter because what comes next in that uptrend is a drop. Remember, markets go up, markets go down, then markets go up, then markets go down. In this downtrend that we had, and recall, if you think back to August last year in 2019, there's a video that we did. Go to blog post number 99, number 100. We said, for example, that that a coin like Ethereum is going to go straight down to $119, and it did. It went straight down to 119. In that downtrend, we sold and we kept on buying back and increased our crypto count. Because in a downtrend, you sell your cryptocurrency. I'm just going to use an example for any coin. You sell it at $100. The market drops and you buy it at $80. Now you increased your crypto count. Now you see the market goes further down. You sell again. You sell at 80. You buy back at 60. Now the market drops further. Now you sell at 50 and you buy back at 40. It doesn't matter where you buy and sell on the major cycle. We're in a downtrend. The point is you increase your crypto count. Now on 18 December 2019, the market turned around. Now you sit with a big bunch of cryptos. Instead of having 100 cryptos, you now have 120 cryptos. Now the market goes up. Now, it doesn't matter where you really sell or buy. You want to be cautious where you really sell and buy. Of course, you want to. But in an uptrend, what you make is you make dollar value. You need to go and figure that out. Take about 5 minutes or maybe take a day. Think about what I say here. Many people don't get this. And if you get it, the penny is going to drop and you're going to say, aha, I get it now. In an uptrend, I say it again, in an uptrend, you make dollar value. In a downtrend, you make crypto value. I'm saying this because it's going to be important what I show you. And I've showed it all the time. From 2 years ago when I first said we're going to farm for cryptos. But there's a whole bunch of new people here that don't watch old videos. So we're just going to say it again. So it doesn't really matter where you buy or where you really enter in an uptrend. If you sold, let's say, for example, at 100 and the market goes up to 110, you re-enter again because remember, you're chasing the dollar value. That's what you're chasing because you're coming to the top of that cycle where you're going to cash out. And when the market drops, you go right down to the bottom. And we have the bottoms. We're going to give that to you. We have the bottoms. For example, Bitcoin, in my opinion, is going to drop from this high point now. Okay, let me not give you that idea now because then people will just get confused here. But Bitcoin is going to go up. And remember, I've given a signal at a high point. From there, it's going to drop to a certain point. And at that next low point, it's going to shoot up again. Then catapult number 3 starts. We are now in catapult number 2. And remember this, catapult number 2, when did I came out with that? way back in August, September last year. This is how far out we can predict things. I want you to zoom out a little bit, and I'm going to show you the charts because there's so many nervous people, who said, I sold now at 72. Where do I enter? Just relax and just be patient. You just need to watch, and I'm going to show you now shortly. But this is a nice sheet, a crypto cheat sheet. I'm going to show you what we do here. Now, you take dollar profits in an uptrend. In a downtrend, you lock in a crypto count. So the long-term trend for Bitcoin is 12,000 and Litecoin between 100 and 107. As we move now forward in time, remember that $12,000 could come slightly down to about 11.7. Remember, I've always said that as we move further in time, time diminishes the high trend. This is what we see in our algorithm data. Remember that. The 12,000 is not a constant. It's a changing factor. Okay, now, what I'm going to show you here now is we're going to go through XRP, and we're going to go through NEO, BSV, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, and EOS. Now, with XRP, there could be a potential of 3 ways to make money. First, 34%, then 25%, and then 35% to give you an overall idea of 77. Then I'm going to show you how NEO could potentially deliver a solid 34%. Remember, you should be in your portfolio already at least 60%, 70, 80, 90%. Some people are up 120%. If you kept Litecoin, for example, similar to what I said in 2018, when I called the bottom in Litecoin, and I said that buy Litecoin at $22.50 and hold it till Litecoin goes to $189. Litecoin went from $22.50. It didn't reach our high target of $189, but it hit $147. If you kept it and you never sold, you never did day trading, if you kept it, you would have made 500% gain. The same with Litecoin. If you bought Litecoin where we recommended it on 18 December, only a few months ago, a few weeks ago really, 40 days ago, if you kept it there, you would have been up now. I think it's about 110%. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you kept Ethereum, for example, you would be up now over 70%. Bitcoin, probably about 55 to 60% perhaps. Okay, so that's the power of holding it. EOS, over 80%, and still room to go. And remember, before this uptrend started, Catapult 2, I said, like months before, I said the next Catapult, which is now Catapult 2, is going to double your portfolio in value. If you haven't doubled it yet, it's coming because there's still 77%, 34, 63, 50% left. Okay. Then I'm going to get into certain coins there. And I'm going to get into certain coins here. They're all in the top 40 crypto report. The coins that are due to break out, for example, like QTIM, BAT, OMG, Theta, CND. And then I'm going to give you some coins. Avoid those coins. I'm going to show you coins to avoid. But in general terms, avoid the coins that has already gone up big time, like Ethereum Classic, Dash, ICX. When Ethereum Classic had its first spike, I sold. I've never got back into Ethereum again. And I sold at the high point that we had in the top 40 crypto report. I think it was about $9 or something. It went higher, it went to $11. I didn't worry about that. I locked in my profit. You can't go broke taking profits. Now, additional notes, not all coins are going to break out at the same time. Remember this, guys, about 9 months ago to a year, almost exactly a year, I mentioned and I said that we're going to get into 2020 and all heck is going to break loose. And I said that every single coin is going to have a different pattern and is going to get very complicated for us to do these reports. Recall back, I said that. Go and listen to the old videos. This is exactly what's happening now. Now, I just want to reiterate again, on 18 December 2019, we stated the low is in. We stated hold Bitcoin till 12,000 and hold Litecoin till 100, 107. Okay? Remember this, I want to reiterate that. We stated hold Bitcoin. If you go and buy and sell and use our reports for day trading, you're doing it at your own risk. Don't go to the blog posts and tell me that I'm wrong. You were wrong. You were wrong. I hear it so many times. You were wrong. You were wrong. It's very derogatory. I am going to remove that post because I'm telling you this again. And thank you for those people who came up in certain blog posts and said, yeah, but Marius always said, hold till the top. If you don't know what you do, don't do day trading. Thank you for reiterating what I said, and go back to the videos. That's what I said. And I've always said, if you buy and sell, you sell at your own risk. You need to know what you do when you buy and sell. If you don't, like the majority of people in the world don't know how to do day trading. Guys, it's a complicated task. You know, not even us in our office literally do day trading. We do a trade for a day, 2 or 3, and then we get in and out. So we take our profits. Day trading is complicated. We are swing traders, not day traders. Day trading is the quickest way for you to go negative in your funds. Okay, but then again, it does happen sometimes. We sell at 100, for example, the market then goes up to 120 and you have to buy in later. It does happen. It's not the end of the reason, or it's not the end of the world. The reason is because we are in an uptrend. In an uptrend, you make dollar value. Now let's quickly get into the Bitcoin report. Now, from this bottom here, we said that Bitcoin is going to follow this pattern. It's going to go from number 12, and remember, we came all the way from the bottom here. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to mute everybody, and if you are in your specific area in the world, just make sure your computer is muted as well, please. Now, remember this here from the bottom. I just want to show you how accurate our data is. Many people forget this. Remember, we said it's going to form a major algorithm trend reversal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Look at that. 12, 13, 14, 15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19, we are done. Now, we've got 15 there, 16 on the bottom. Then it forms another one, 17, 18, and then a spike upwards, which is 19. That will complete the cycle. Now, you have to give us credit. It's pretty good that you can identify this months in advance. If I ask you now and I say to you, you tell me where the market will be in 3 months from now, I bet nobody can do it. As a matter of fact, nobody in the world can be as accurate as this. What we do at our office here in Australia, we identify the trend for you. Now, from this bottom here, we went up. We said the market's going to go up. At this point here, the market's going to do some form of a zigzag. And it didn't drop exactly like what we thought it's going to do. It went up to a high point, and I left that in. I haven't modified it, so you can see what we predicted. We said it's going to go up to a high point. We thought that high point is going to be there. It dropped, and then it dropped into this level there, but then it spiked upwards, stayed there, it dropped down, and there's that drop. And that drop is not that far. If I move that there, that's there. If I move that there, that's there, and that one there. So then we would have been accurate, okay? So it's very, very accurate in terms of finding the trend. As I say, nobody else in the world can do this. From there onwards, we said it's going to spike up to 9790. We only reached 9628. Now, to give you an idea for those people who say you were wrong, the level between 9628 and 9720, let me put it in there. I haven't calculated it, but I think that's about 1.2%. I want to put it in perspective here. Let's just make that big. I don't know, somebody can go and work it out and tell me what it is. That's a difference where we were wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. Sorry, 1.2%. Okay, so it does happen. But 1.2% is such a small margin. You know, the team tries really well to do that. It's impossible. And I tell you this now, it's impossible to predict stuff in the future and be exactly 100% right when we say it's going to go to 9790. But to get to 9626 is pretty accurate. You know, all while I say don't do day trading. If I give you day trading signals, we'll be probably way more accurate, although we don't do that because it's complicated. Then the market was supposed to drop here into this range of 8787. We only hit 9105. Now, that is the range. There's probably, I don't know, somebody can go and work it out. It looks like about 2.6%. Let's have a look. If I take my calculator, 8787,
Do you reckon we're still in for a slight pullback?
yeah, that's about 2.6%. So now the market is moving up. Okay, look at this now. Now the market is moving up. We are now there. Okay. Now look what I said. I said just be patient. The market is going to drop. Okay, and look what happened there. There's Bitcoin making a U-turn, dropping. That point there should have just been there. Okay, but I'm going to leave it there because we're trading the trend. We want to see how we're going to get there to 10,386. This is Bitcoin now. So in these terms, I do expect that Bitcoin could have a bit of downwards pressure. I'm thinking that Bitcoin could come down to 9312. So with this drop, we don't exactly know how low it's going to go because there's a big factor at play here. From this point onwards here, let me draw this to you. See this whole thing here. Okay. What is the big factor that pushed this market upwards? What is the big factor? Let me tell you what it is. It's the acquittal of the President of the United States impeachment. As soon as Donald Trump, the President of the United States, got acquitted, remember they took him to the House. The House made this case and said that we want to impeach the President and remove him from office. Now they took it to the Senate. So the Senate had the responsibility to go through the case and either remove him from office or acquit him. Most people thought that he will be acquitted, and this is what happened in the Senate. He got acquitted. What happened with the Dow Jones? The Dow Jones in the last 2 days rallied upwards. Everybody got positive all around the world. Remember what I said? I said it multiple times. If you want to see the world's biggest stock market crash, you impeach the President of the USA and you remove him from office. That didn't happen. So the market is bullish and the market went upwards. We can't predict that in our data. I can't predict that this is going to happen in the future, that's going to happen. It will be guesses. What we do here, and you've seen our video where we showed how we do our algorithm analysis, is based upon facts, percentages, dates, timelines. So I have to present the facts, but also look what we say in our reports. Look here. Always read and follow the latest date report, blog post, weekly webinar. Why? Markets can change rapidly without notice as there are multiple factors influencing cryptocurrencies. But if you are a swing trader, then you shouldn't care if the market drops or goes down. It doesn't matter, because if you bought Bitcoin on the bottom here and you're waiting for that top at this point here of 11,700 or 12,000, then it shouldn't matter. If you want to speculate a little bit, and I've always said that, use maybe 10 or 20% of your funds. You sell it on the top there, which I did. I sold at the top and I bought back on the bottom. So only a small percentage. So I increase it. I'm not greedy. I'm not going to sell every single thing. And I've just sold there exactly when we hit that top. I sold 10% of my Bitcoin. And I haven't got a lot of Bitcoin. Most are in altcoins, but I've got a little bit. So I'm expecting the market to come down. And even if it drops $100 in Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. 200, yeah, that's good. If it drops to 9312, then I'll buy back. And this is the key, guys. I've seen so many nervous people in the last 2 days, very, very nervous. And I'm sitting here and I'm relaxed and I'm wondering what the heck is up, you know? Because if you bought on the bottom here, where we said 18 December, that's the low, and you're riding it up. Wow, where's the nervousness? I'll tell you why these people are nervous. Because they came to a point here and they sold everything. And they're wondering now where to get back in the market. We never ever said sell everything. I never ever said sell. Maybe limit exposure, sell 10% and play around with that. Now, what's going to happen here next? And what I've done to make these charts a lot easier is to show you what comes next. See this thing here. That's called an ABC upwards move. I see one more last move. It's going to go from A to this point here, probably about $10,300. Could it go higher? Yes, it can. Should I take profit there? Yeah, I'm going to sell 10% as soon as we get there, or a small amount. I'm going to sell that. Why? Because the next move is the downtrend. The next move is the downtrend. I'll come back and buy here, and then I'll keep. Now, am I going to buy right at the bottom here? No, I'm not. Why? Let me show you. Okay, I'm going to make this very easy for you. I'm going to show you. When I will sell here on the first drop, sorry, I'll sell you on the first high, but I'll buy back on the first drop, and then I'll just keep it. Because look at this. This one, and that one. And I'm telling you this now, is going to be almost on the same level. You're going to have a consolidation phase here, where if you can manage to sell at 10.3, now sometimes if you sell at 10.3, what happens is the market can go higher. And the market could break above this channel quickly and then come back and then do that. We don't see that, but it's a possibility. There can be a world event, for example, like a war with Venezuela, and it pushes the market up. I can't predict that. None of my team can. We can speculate and say this may happen. But if you look at raw data, raw algorithmic mathematical data, this is the high point for Bitcoin, 10,380. That is the point. If it goes higher, 10.2, 10.5, it's a bonus. What you want to do perhaps is you just want to ride it up if you don't know what to do. Here is the big problem. There is where you want to get out. There is where you want to get out. Because I'm expecting that it's going to go like this and have a big drop. Okay, more on that in the next report, in the next video. I'm not going to talk about that now. We have got a low point somewhere here on the bottom. I'm not going to give that low point yet. So let's have a look at Litecoin. Here you can see that Litecoin went from the bottom. And remember, we predicted this. It went up. This was pretty accurate, more accurate really than what Bitcoin was. We hit about 73.961. We said between 74, 76. That's about a 0.2% difference. This low here didn't really arrive. That low there was only about, I think, about 66. We predicted about 59 to 63. But in real terms, think about it, it's still very good. It's accurate. It's not way off. The trend is there. Remember the trend from the bottom here. There's your $50 Litecoin. The trend there from $50 is there up to 100. If you buy here on the bottom at $50 Litecoin and you just simply keep it, you'll make 100% profit till the top. You don't have to buy and sell the whole time. You're creating a lot of frustration and work for yourself. Take the path of least resistance. Why do you want to struggle, constantly finding the top and selling the top? Now, at that top there, I sold a percentage of my Litecoin. I came back and I thought the market will drop a little bit lower. It didn't, and I haven't bought back yet. The market went up and the market went back to 74 where I sold, a little bit higher actually. Have I bought back? No, not yet. I'll show you what I did. And I said that in the previous report, I said that look at XRP. Now, I've moved my money into XRP because XRP started moving. Now, am I going to buy back Litecoin? Yeah, but I'm patient. I've always said, wait for the Thursday and the Friday American time to occur. We may see a bit of a drop here. I don't believe that it could go too low, but let's zoom in. Now I'm going to show you what I see here. Okay, this drop here is the drop that we wanted. Now that is not the final drop, this one here. What's going to happen here, and I'm going to draw this for you. Okay, that drop there is fine, but it's going to do this. Okay, I just need to, let me just go here on a 1 hour, otherwise we can't do it. Now remember, you want to find this point here, 66. Okay, that drop, that's good. So I expect the market to do this. It could come downwards here again. Could go like this. It's going to go sideways. So it's going to frustrate everybody. And then it suddenly will have a wick down. And then start staggering upwards. When it comes here, it's going to spike. Let me actually just redo that quickly. It's just always difficult to draw these things. Let me just show you the whole picture. Okay, there we are. So remember, we say that we are heading down into that cycle, and I'm going to show you now how this spike upwards is going to look. Now it's going to go, sorry, I just had a bit of a distraction here. Okay, so it's going to go something like this. Maybe another wick down, sideways, and as it comes to this point here, somewhere, today, tomorrow, it's going to have a bit of a wick down, and then it's going to do the stepping. It's going to do the stepping, spike literally higher. It's going to do that. And from here, it's maybe going to do that like this. And then the last move will be another spike. And then it hits the top. Now, when we draw these lines, these blue lines, look at that blue line. See that blue line just goes up in one line. I'm showing you the direction. I'm not putting these kind of things in because we don't do day trading. If you did day trading, then you do that. Okay, we don't do day trading at to know it because it's the quickest way to lose your money. Now, let's zoom out a little bit and have a look at this now. The next phase is going to be a pretty difficult phase to understand. So the next phase here, sorry, I'm just looking at some data. This actually may not be as low as what it is. So this may actually only be about there. Oh, sorry, yeah, it is. There it is. Sorry, I'm just missing it. There, okay. So that B is going to be about there, maybe a little bit higher. Okay, so you can most likely probably move that up slightly. Just a little bit, about there, 74. Now, once you get to this point here, remember this point is going to be around about 80 to 85. Market is going to take a dump. It's going to go something like this. The market, when it drops here, is going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, bang. Then it's going to stay there. And then it jumps up again, guys, just in 3 stages, like I showed here. And then it's going to fizzle out on the top. There, at the top there, it's going to give you time to get out. Then the market goes from there, it's going to do this, and then a drop there, come up, go there, and then drop. So you want to get out. And remember, I warn you now, get out. Don't come again on a blog post and say, you were wrong, you were wrong. Guys, I don't like it. You have to give us a bit of respect as well. Nobody in the world can do what we do. Why do you think financial institutions call me every single month and ask me for my data, telling me, stop to know it and just give all your data to us. We'll give you more money. And then I tell them the money is not the problem for me. You know, we need to help the people. We need to help the population. And these banks and financial institutions, they don't like it. We started to know it to help you. Think about it. How did you trade before you got this data? You didn't know what to do. Now you got used to our data. Now you want more. Go back to the basics. You know, trade without resistance. The bottom for Litecoin was 38. The top, almost 100. Let's get into Ethereum. Ethereum is a little bit a beast of a different color. Now, with Ethereum, it's actually really easy to identify what's happening here. This pattern is 100% correct. I'm going to show you now why. But Ethereum moved up a little bit faster and quicker than what we thought. One of the reasons is because it's been suppressed. Here on the bottom, that's when we said buy, get into Ethereum. Now, I didn't buy in the bottom. I had Ethereum probably here about somewhere here. Well, I had Ethereum a little bit higher. I bought in lower. So it's various levels. So I didn't buy there, but we said that was a buy. That was the low. 18 December 2019, we called the low. We said that's the low. And the market went upwards here. Now, if you look at the percentage that Ethereum went up, let's say from that level there to where it is now, let's say on that level, it only did about 62%, while Litecoin already did about 100%. Now, let's go and zoom in. And this is why you see a very, very big strength here. I'm going to show you now what happened here with Ethereum. Our pattern is perfectly correct. I'm going to take this pattern and just move that pattern there. Can you now see that it's almost following that pattern to the T? So what's going to happen here, I believe, okay, there was that big drop. And remember, I'm in 4 hours. You don't see a lot of detail. But I believe that there could be maybe just a very slight pullback, not as deep as this. This may only be as something like this. Okay, there's that big pullback. It may be something like this, where it's going to hit that top. It could drop slightly, could go up. Once it breaks this channel, all heck is going to break loose, because the market is going to go to the second channel. See this channel here? That is your ghost channel. In algorithm mathematics, there's a certain term for that, but I wouldn't go into that now. But just to give you an idea, so you could potentially make here a very good 23%. Now look what comes next, and this is where this data is very valuable for you. When you get to this level here, you sell 10 or 20% of your Ethereum, because what comes next? The market fizzles out. It goes down. Now you want to buy back somewhere here and take advantage of that next move. But while the market goes sideways, you want to move your funds into a different coin. And we're going to get into that as well now. You may want to leave 80-90% there and just ride it out, because remember, I believe that we could easily hit $313. Now, in last week's report, I said that, I think it is this one. Let me just see. We were talking about Bitcoin Cash, that Bitcoin Cash will go sideways and it's going to fizzle out. It will hit the top there, then it will drop and it will just hit 432. Let's have a look at Bitcoin SV. Bitcoin SV is going to follow that pattern. Okay, we've got a different pattern on Bitcoin SV. I'm going to show you that now. Ethereum, yeah. Here we go. Expect XRP. Expect a vertical shot upwards anytime this week. Okay, so let's get into XRP. What did I say? I said that XRP is going to have a vertical shot upwards. It didn't spike as high as what we thought it did. But from this bottom, if you bought on that bottom and you took our report seriously, from this bottom here, it's already gone up 18-20%. It's not done yet. It's going to do a full 60% almost. I think that's a little bit higher, maybe there. Anyway, it's around about a 60% move. Now, it doesn't matter if this pattern moves on a little bit. Okay, that doesn't matter. It just means that this high point is going to be somewhere on the top there. But there is a vertical spike coming. As soon as it breaks out from this channel here, it's going to go directly in about a day or two, very quickly, up to this target here of 0.37. Now, I've got another chart here. Remember, this one is Bitstamp, and the other one here is the one on Bitfinex. This is the Bitfinex one. So on different exchanges, all cryptos work different. So if we give you analysis, for example, on Bitfinex and you go to Bitstamp, it may look a little bit different. And then you're going to think, no, our data is wrong. It's not that it's wrong, it's just different exchanges. Here you can see that this one, we expect a bit of a move upwards here, anytime, guys. And it's going to go up to about 35, a little bit lower than Bitstamp. Okay. Then we believe that it could come down, up, down, go sideways for a bit. Now remember in my cheat sheet, if you download that cheat sheet and you have a look at that, I'm talking here about a coin this one here, XRP. We can make 34, 25, and 35 for a total of 77%. That's if you want to do it. Okay, this means that our first move here, from where we are now, could deliver you, let's say you can't sell exactly on the top. But if you buy in now, you could make it 29%. Now, if you, and again, I'm not advocating day trading, I'm just saying this is an option for you to think. You can sell 10% of your holdings somewhere there. You come back and you buy at this bottom here. See, this bottom is about 0.29, 0.3. You buy back there and you ride it up again. You won't be able to buy the entire low because you don't know where that exactly 100% is. But there you go. There's another 15, 20% that you can make. Then you want to get out again. On this high point here, there, you get out again. You ride the wave down, you buy back again. And then that last move can deliver you, let's just see how much that is. That's about up to there, about 21%. And in our cheat sheet, depending on what exchange you use, you can make 35, 25, and 35%. On the other exchange, which is this one here, XRP on Bitstamp, there's actually more gain in there. It's a little bit more volatile, you make more money. So it depends on the exchange you trade. Now, don't go and move everything now to Bitstamp if you trade on Bitfinex. Leave it where you are, but just ride it out. Now, the other option for you to do is to simply just buy there now, ride it up, right to that point, don't sell. Okay, because this is the path of least resistance, because there's the green line. Let's see how much you can make. About 45%. Now, we are saying that you can make a total, if you buy and sell the whole time, of 77%, but it does come with aggravation. It comes with stress. You have to sit in front of your computer. If you want to take the path of least resistance, you'll still make 45%. Now, I'm going to get into all the other coins quickly now as well. So we're going to look at EOS. Now, this one here with EOS, we're pretty spot on with this one. If you look at this, EOS went upwards here, follow the exact pattern. There was a bit of a change here. See, the gray line was the previous pattern that we had. As things move ahead, we change. Why did EOS change? Why did EOS change? And this is something important that you need to understand. This is why I say in this report, let me go back to that again. I say here that markets can rapidly change without notice. What happened in EOS? Let me explain to you what happened in EOS. Right there is when the news came out about the coronavirus. Where? In China. What is EOS? It's a Chinese coin. Can you see why it didn't go up? Otherwise, it would have gone up and it would have hit our second target there. As soon as the coronavirus came out and news about that in China, look what's happening in China. You can't move. You can't even go to a food store. You know, it's crazy in Wuhan city, and it's spreading all across China. They reckon there's over 12 million people infected now. 12 million within 72 hours will go, if they don't contain it, and they can't, to 24 million, 30 million, 60 million. So this is why there's downwards pressure on EOS. It's not because my team's data is wrong. It's not because of that. A lot of things influence it. The recent spike in Bitcoin, Litecoin, the Donald Trump acquittal. Could we predict that? More or less. You can make an argument, say it could happen. But it could have gone the other way as well, guys. The Trump acquittal could have dropped the world stock markets. The Trump acquittal could have dropped Bitcoin. Okay, so you never know with these kind of things. You play with emotional things that you can't quantify. I can't quantify out of a scale your emotions. There is nothing to quantify. So this is why EOS didn't follow that pattern. But did we come and warn you before it happened? Yes, long before. Then we created this new pattern. With EOS, for example, let's just zoom in and see what's happening. And I haven't changed these charts. These charts are exactly the same. Look what happened. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Who in the world can predict this? This is why Wall Street is going crazy. And they say, look, if you can do this with Bitcoin, come and work for us. Predict Apple, Microsoft. Can you do it? I say, yes, we can. Oh, I'm not interested. But we'll give you millions. No, I'm not interested. So next, expect the market year to have a slight downturn here. And then upwards movement there. Could it bypass this drop? Yes, but it could only perhaps be a shallow drop, maybe a little bit lower. Follow the ABC pattern. If you are unsure what to do, you simply buy exactly there. Follow the path of least resistance, bang. Take your 33% and move. Why do you want to struggle here, you know? Just hold it. Sell. Okay, you won't be able to sell exactly at that top because remember, we don't exactly know where that top is going to be. We could have a spike up, and keep that in mind. It could still spike upwards to there. So you want to be very careful, and you want to have a look and see where is Bitcoin at that moment. If Bitcoin is close to 12,000, you need to be very careful. If Litecoin is close to $100, you need to be careful. I would get out of EOS. This is the only time point where I am saying that we need to be very careful. And I've been saying that for 6 months now. You know, months ago, I came out and said this is going to be a catapult number 2. It's going to happen. We're going to go to 100. And as again, nobody in the world could have predicted that. Let's go to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, there you go. This pattern, follow the exact pattern. Drop there, upwards there, down there, up there, this blue line, and let's zoom in. What still has to happen with Bitcoin Cash is that we should have a bit of a downwards trend here. See this downwards trend? That one there, that segment. If it doesn't happen, it will just fizzle out. And I've said that multiple times. I just said that, you know, it could stay in this blue box wherever it goes. Now, what did I actually say when I said it's going to stay in the blue box? I actually said get out of it. I can't tell you when to buy and sell. It's not legal to do that. That's why we don't tell you sell and get out. But let me show you here how much it's gone up. And in the previous videos or the previous reports, I already showed that. From the bottom here, it's gone up to, I think it was about there. There it is. See this high point here? Exactly there where my mouse is now. It's gone up. It was 136%. A little bit more from that bottom. It's 136%. Remember, I said in all previous reports, I said it's already gone up 138%. What do you do when the market spikes? I've always said, sell the spike, buy the dip. I got out. I've never ever got back into Bitcoin Cash. Why? I took that money and I reinvested it in BSV, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, because the percentage gain that you could make from this is 30, 32%. Go and put your money to work. And remember, it went higher here on 18 January. So I played around with that money and made a lot more, not just 138, a lot more. Now I'm expecting this market here. If you are still in there, it's a great time to perhaps limit exposure. I'm not telling you to sell or to buy. What could happen here, remember in the top 40 crypto report, and I'm watching this, I've got cash on the side. Remember what I said? I said that this coin is one coin to watch, because out of nowhere, anywhere, it could spike up to $1,000. Go back, it's in my report. It's in the top 40 crypto report. I'm not just pulling this figure out of my head here. I said that this coin is something to watch, together with BSV as well, because it could spike upwards. If it doesn't happen, you simply sit with your cash or you put your money somewhere else. But this spike will happen very slowly. If it breaks out above this 441, then you need to be alert. You need to be really alert and watch this. And a quick way, guys, of doing this, I'm going to show you a trick here. I'm going to put this line and say, I want to know what's going to happen with this. So I'm going to go to 4, let's say about 4, I want to know 455. As soon as this specific coin, Bitcoin Cash, moves over 455, I want to know. But how will I do it? Because I'm drinking coffee, I'm swimming in the pool, I'm going out with friends. So now what you do, you go to Trading View, you right click on Trading View, and you say here, on that price target, you just say, yeah, see there, it says add an alert. I'm going to add the alert on, and I'm going to say, warn me every time. As soon as it, and you can put your figure in there, let's say 450. As soon as it goes over 450, make it open-ended, there's no date. Notify on my app. I've got a phone app, I've got an iPad app. Notify me, show the pop-up. Also send me an email. And if you've got your own website, like what we have, I can tick that and I can put my data in here. But let's say for now I'm not going to do that, and I can put a message in. Bitcoin crossing 450. I'm going to say create. Bang, now it's there. I don't have to go and think about it and watch my crypto portfolio every single 20 minutes. I've taken the path of least resistance. Now there, if you want to go and change it, right there on the top right, you can go to alerts and change all your alerts there. Let's get into NEO. NEO is a great coin, like what I mentioned last time. It's formed this cup and handle. Excellent. And remember, we were here when I first said that this is a great buy. This is where multi-million-dollar investors buy. If you bought on that bottom there where we said buy, you would have already been up 20%. This is going to go up a very sure 50%. Again, what is happening with this one? It's following our algorithm pattern almost to the T. Up, down, down, down in this panel, up there to that high point, a drop here, up there. It does show a bit of a pullback here now, but ultimately it's just going to have a zigzag pattern upwards to the top. Now that's pretty accurate. Can we predict it always like that? No. But important, follow this, the ABC. That's your last move up. XLM, similar to that of XRP, it's going to make the same move. If XRP moves, this is going to move. You're most likely going to see that XRP has the potential to go up to about this target here, which is about 100% move. But work on the lower target. The lower target for XLM, this one here. Okay, so just take a screenshot or come back and watch the video. Then we're going to look at XMR. XMR is a great coin. What I want to show you here about XMR is really amazing. It's broken out of this channel here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to put it on the day chart. We've now identified this as definitely in our portfolio. It's something that I've never bought, but the long-term trend for this is going to be almost 4,600% gain. Your next target, long-term target, not tomorrow, not next week, is $3,000 for XMR. Now, please, guys, don't email me in a month from now and say to me, but you said that it's going to hit 3,000 and it's still at $200. Your analysis is wrong. Guys, look there. I'm showing you 2021, February 2021. Okay, it's a long-term move, a long-term play. It's not going to be there overnight. Now, have a look at this one. If you want to keep some money there in a portfolio, long-term, great to keep it in there. Let's get into some coins that I said that's going to break out and something for you to watch. One of the coins that's going to break out here is QTIM. QTIM is right at the bottom there. And it's a great time to buy that now. And you look at about a 52%, that could go up to the second target of $5.22, which will give you 128% gain. To see, okay, look at this, what I'm showing you here now. Have a look at this pattern here and have a look at this here. Now I'm going to show you now what happened with this coin, IOTA. Can you see the remarkable resemblance? There, there. This is why QTIM is now a good buy. Get out of IOTA. It's hit the top. It could go a little bit higher, but the next move is QTIM. Another good move is BAT, B-A-T. Now, BAT had a tick mark. We said it can go to 64, even up to 114. And look again at our analysis there. We said that there's going to be a spike upwards into that level there. The spike is not completed. There's still a spike, and then comes a drop, and then one final spike. Who knows? It could go up to that top there of about 95%, still to go. Now, how are you going to identify that top? Very easy. Wherever Bitcoin and Litecoin stops, that's where the top's going to be. Use Bitcoin and Litecoin as your barometer. Let's quickly get into this one here, which is Icon. Okay, here we said watch for wave 2 completing now, then wave 3 upwards, followed into wave 4 and 5 to complete a high of 79. And you can see that it's gone, well, from that low there, it's gone up, hit our first target here of 158%. And then it spiked through. Again, look what happened here. Same as QTIM. The same as IOTA. QTIM is basically just following this. Great time, take profit. Why? Sell the spike, buy the dip. Let's go into OMG, another great one. This one is also, look again what's happening here. Guys, these things should be really a no-brainer. Use our data as a guideline to your own research. Get yourself a TradingView account. It's free. Don't buy it. Just take the free version. Again, look at that. The next move up is going to be big in OMG. Let's go to Link. What we said with Link last week, same. Analysis haven't changed. It's going to do this. It's going to go up. And I'm giving you the future of Link. This can make you an enormous amount of money. It's going to drop here. We don't know yet where that level is. Depending on where that level is, we will move that. We first have to find that target point there. Then we have to find that target point. Then we will be able to identify the high points for this. It's going to be mathematical. It's just really easy. Link is easy. For now, ride it up. Take your profits on the top. I hear so many people that says that Link is going to break out and Link is going to go to $8. There's a very prominent person who told people that Link is going to go to $100. Not now, guys. When Litecoin and Bitcoin hits the top, it's not going to just push through. So be very careful. Don't listen to all these silly things that people post on social media. There's a reason those things are free. And I really believe this very prominent guy, I don't think his analysis is really correct on that. So just follow this. Then if you look at BNB, most amazing coin for me. This is a crazy coin. Our next target here is about 57 long term. Again, long term. What do you look as a very smart investor? You're looking at coins that will definitely go up. This is one of them. BNB, solid company. Binance, the Binance coin. Of course, it's going to have a drop somewhere here. It's going to come down. That line, although I show the line just goes up, it doesn't go up in one line. It goes up, it drops. Goes up, it drops. But if you want to hold on the bottom long term, it's a solid coin. $20, it'll go to 57. Great coin. Now let's get into ARK. ARK is a little bit of a disappointment, but also it's not something that we can just say it's not going to move up. We still believe that it could go up another 65%. Have a look at ARK, it could still go. I'm on the 2-day chart, so if you zoom in, you'll see a different picture, but there's still room to go. We're going to look at Digibyte. Digibyte is soon to break out, not yet. Remember, I've always said that Digibyte is the last coin always to break out. It may come here right at this point here, and then suddenly have a big spike, a big move up. When all the other coins have exhausted their move upwards, and you see that Digibyte is breaking this blue channel, that's a sign to get into Digibyte. But for now, I'm holding Digibyte. Am I concerned? Am I frustrated? No. You take the path of least resistance and you wait. If the spike comes, I'm selling the spike. PPT, I would not get into PPT yet. Again, it could make a move up. As soon as it breaks that red line there, I'm going to wait. See that line there that I put in last week? I'm going to wait. If it breaks that line, I'm going to buy more PPT, then the spike comes. Not yet. Ethereum Classic, I'm out of Ethereum Classic. Do I think it's exhausted its move upwards? Yes. Can it go a little bit higher? Yes, it can. Why? Because there's momentum in the market in Bitcoin and Litecoin, and they still have to go. But from a technical perspective, let's just quickly have a look at this. From this bottom here, you can definitely argue and say that is your first leg. You had a bit of a pullback here, very small. Then you had a spike upwards there. Then you had a major pullback, and then you had a spike there. Bang. Guys, look at that. It's completed a 5-wave Elliott wave. Now, normally what happens, sometimes what happens, is that you can have a bit of a pullback, which is happening now, and one final move up to maybe $15. It can happen. But am I going to play that? No. Because there are other coins that can deliver me more secure profit. Okay, more secure profit. You may not be able to sell on the top there. The top might come and then it drops really quickly. So you want to move out of this now. Take your profit and move it somewhere else. It's already gone up too much. Then LSK is something else. We do expect somewhere here could be a big spike up. And you can see here that just yesterday, it made a bit of a spike into our target there. I don't owe LISK, but that's 156%. Could it spike higher? Yes, it can. It could spike. If it spikes, it'll go up to this level here. And that'll be a nice bit of gain. If it spikes again, 240%, you hold it, you sell the spike. And again, I can right-click here, and I can say add an alert. Warn me if this thing moves above a certain level. You don't have to go and sit in front of the computer and watch it. The other thing is Cardano. Look at Cardano as well to hit about this target here. And then Theta, still a little bit of a move to go. I'm just going to go faster so we can get into some questions here. And then Dash, I'm out of Dash. I'm not going to play this further. This one, Tezos, very great. Remember we said the high for Tezos there. That's the high. And so I'm out of Tezos. This one here, CND Syndicator, another great one to watch. You need to pay attention to this. I've moved money into this yesterday, and we could have a very nice move up here. Minimum 60-70%. Again, when that spikes, take the profit. I don't know how high it can go, but it can go as high as that. The last move in algorithm mathematics depends. It's like musical chairs. Some will go up high, some won't. And you just have to take your pick there. There's no data that points to certain coins that will spike. But what I've shown you is the top ones here: Ethereum, BSV, XRP, all those. They're good solid coins. Let's get into Walton Coin. Walton Coin still has that move to go to about 245%. I believe we could see a bit of a spike. You can see this big volume coming in here. See, remember, I've always said that Walton Coin is something to watch. When the big investors start piling in, it's a great sign. Look at that. And then AGI, very low volume, but low volume will push it up there. AGI, in my opinion, could drop slightly down. Then comes a bigger move later on in this month. Not this month, in the next 2 or 3 months. Wendy, Tertius, let's go through questions here.
Yeah, thanks, Marius. I think one of the questions that came up a little bit earlier, the guys were asking, when you spoke about some of the coins like syndicated, Digibyte, the high for those, are those expected to coincide with the high of Bitcoin, Litecoin about the same time frame, or are we looking at a longer time frame?
Exactly, they will coincide. Every single altcoin will coincide with Bitcoin and Litecoin.
Okay, thanks for that, Marius. There were also some questions about WAX, BSV. I think BSV has been discussed, so please watch the replay again. Marius has dealt with BSV. Not a lot of questions that have not been answered by folks in the community. Thanks, guys, for participating. It's been a very active chat box this week, so thanks for that, guys.
Yeah, and lots of positive comments towards you, Marius. Great job. And the one or two that doesn't know what they do, I don't think we need to think about them too much. If you read the comments here, everybody has awesome work, great reports. So yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, it's more, I think people are just not informed enough. You know, this is what I realized. You know, once you understand what we do, how we do it, just get in sync with what we do and think long term. If you do day trading, you can't do it on your own. You know, we don't do it. There's other people that does it.
Yeah, Wax, I think it's very important. Sorry, Marius.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Important, guys, that you stay up to date. You know, if there's I mean, the frequency of the blog updates, it's just amazing. You know, and stay up to date, because that's where these smaller nuances happen. You know, I saw some comments where people were saying, "Oh, but this was said and that was said." Guys, that's 2 weeks ago. And in the last 2 weeks, we've had a webinar and we've had a number of updates. So, you know, so just keep up to date. I see, Roger, you have your hand up. Is it that do you want to ask a question? Just unmute yourself, please, Roger. No, it doesn't look like Roger's got a question. Morris, back to you.
Okay, I forgot to talk about BSV. Guys, yeah, here's the thing. I forgot about this. This is my favorite coin at the moment. Okay, in the report, you will find, let me just see. See, I don't know how I forgot about this. Let me just quickly, let's see if I can get that.
Okay, Roger's mic isn't on.
Now, where is this BSV? Just give me a second. There we are. Okay, there we go. That is the image that we posted yesterday. What I want you to do is to think really clearly about BSV. We believe that this thing is going to spike upwards big time. Now, it's going to form a similar move than XRP. Now, what the relationship is between XRP and BSV is something that we just discovered now. In algorithm data, when we match it up, we go like, wow, this is similar. So it looks to me that it's going to have a strong move up. There are two coins that go up when Bitcoin drops. They are XRP and BSV. So when Bitcoin drops now slightly, it may drop, then you're going to see a spike here in BSV. If the drop in Bitcoin does not occur, it's not going to follow that pattern. Then what's going to happen is it will just simply go up either to 420 or to 490. Then you follow the old pattern. But I will update the blocks. And this is why Tertius also, he just mentioned now, that if we say things, you guys, 2 weeks is old in crypto. If you rely on 2 weeks old data, you're doing yourself a disservice because things change rapidly. Did we know about the coronavirus? No. We had to work it into our data. Can this change? Of course it can. If we don't see that spike, we're going to follow a different pattern. We've already got the 3 patterns. We know what they are. It's a question of just identifying which one it is. And if you stay away for 2 weeks and I come here on Monday and I say, listen, I know what pattern it's going to do is this one, but you still rely on what I say now, you're going to make a big mistake. If you are serious about making money, you need to attend these webinars, read everything, stay up to date. Guys, it doesn't take you a long time just to quickly read the report. It's like literally 2 minutes. Your eyes can scan the pictures. We've made it very easy now for everybody. So stay up to date. Now, the other option here is that we're going to follow this blue line. See this blue line here? Is that we are now possibly going to head up perhaps maybe to that point. If we don't break out, we're going to follow this. We'll go up there to about 330. We'll come down and drop again. Then we'll spike up to about 390, come down again, and then we could hit this target. The third option, let me just move this ABC out. Remember your ABC, if you don't know what to do, ABC, just keep and hold it and sell it at 420. The other option is this one here. It's from there, it could stagger upwards. But we know that Bitcoin SV doesn't like staggering upwards. Look, it likes these spikes. It's a bit of a sideways movement here, but that's also a spike. Remember, we're on 4 hours. If you put that on a day, you'll see that's actually a really daily move, another daily move. Now what has happened, it's actually broken out from this channel here. You know, this, if you want to call it a wedge. Look at that, it's broken out. What happens with a wedge when it breaks out? It does that, it comes back, and what then happens? You get a ballistic move up. So I'm betting that we could potentially have a very nice move in BSV. Pay close attention to BSV. I'm expecting that blue pattern. And then that blue pattern, this is what you can do. If you go and work it out yourself now, have a look at BSV. There's BSV. You can make a overall 63%. But if you were able to buy and sell, and I'm not advocating this, I'm just saying you do it at your own risk. Don't come and blame me. Honestly, don't. You know, I'll just remove you out of the comment section. Because I'm making it very clear here. You know, I'm not running a kindergarten. Guys, I've got enough money to buy 10 kindergartens. If I want one, I would have bought one long ago. I don't want that. You know, it's about training and educating you. If it moves up here, you make 45% from that bottom. If it drops again, according to the photo that I had, you buy the bottom here again, you make another 24%. And then I think it goes then another 46% or something like this. Let me just bring the picture up again here. Remember there, you buy here on the bottom now, you sell on the top. You come back and you buy here at about 280 again. You ride it up to that top there, 420. You sell, you come back and you buy here again. And this is something that you can play with. If you've got, let's say, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, you can play around with that. Sometimes just take the chance, but don't take the chance if you only have a $3,000 portfolio. It should be, if you've got a $10,000 portfolio, take $1,000 or $500 and play around with that. You know, put your majority of your money in something that you're going to trade long term. Like for example, look at this here. I'm expecting the highest target. Let's clear everything here. Okay, the highest target. If you do nothing now, you can make possibly 68%. Minimum, maybe 41%. Take the path of the least resistance. Okay, what's the question on BSV?
If you have some coins in your portfolio, which one would you dump and trade it for BSV?
Yeah, that's a difficult question because I don't know your portfolio there.
Would you convert Bitcoin Cash, XRP, any of those other coins into BSV?
No, not XRP. You need to hold XRP, but Bitcoin Cash for sure, guys. In my case, remember, I've sold my Bitcoin Cash, and I would even consider, think about this now. I know that Litecoin is a nice coin. Look at this now, where Litecoin is now. And I'm not saying do this, I'm saying what I am looking at. From here, Litecoin can give me maybe on the bottom there about a 31%. Maybe if I had $3,000 in Litecoin, I'm going to take $500 out of Litecoin and move it into BSV because I just showed you I can make a lot more. You know, buy high, sell low, buy high, sell high, buy low. Constantly, you just repeat that process. And if you look at this cheat sheet, there's my cheat sheet. Litecoin, I can make 23% plus 33%, a total of 55. If I don't sell BSV, I can make a 63%. But in terms of this, you can probably, I think, what did we work out? What was that? 30% plus, it was 24 from memory, just more or less. This is not a science. And then the last move was about 36%. So you can either make about, and go and print this out, have it next to you, or just a sheet of paper. Don't make things complicated. So it's 60, 70, 80, what is it, 80, 90. That's about 90%, if I'm correct. I just counted quickly. 60, 70, 80, 90, yeah, that's 90%. So you can potentially make 90%. You take $1,000 and you can turn it into 2,000.
Morris, while you're on that cheat sheet, sorry.
Yeah, sure.
There was a question earlier about that second last line, line 7 on Bitcoin Cash. Holding cash, does that mean you're holding it in a stable coin, or does that mean you're holding Bitcoin Cash? There was just some folks that didn't understand that. Can you just explain that to them, please?
In my case, what I did is I sold Bitcoin Cash, and I'm holding the funds in a stable coin. I would either hold it in TUSD, Tether, or USDT. A stable coin is a coin that stays in par with the US dollar. You can hold it in US dollar as well, depending on what exchange you use. In Australia, you can hold it in Australian dollars and just put it back in the market again. But the best is hold it in a stable coin. The reason I hold cash, I've got cash available. The reason is like I said here, when you go back to Bitcoin Cash here, remember I said it could go and spike upwards either to $500 or to $1,000. I don't want to miss that. And this is why I've created this. See here, there's an alert. Bitcoin Cash crossing 450. If Bitcoin Cash, if it goes above 450, I'm alert and I'm watching because it could still go up. I'm expecting Bitcoin Cash though to fizzle out. It could go up a little bit higher, maybe hit 500. If you put Fibonacci on, the Fibonacci, you can just go and click here. And if you put the, where is it now? There it is. If you put the Fib retracement on, and you guys can go and play with that, you'll find out that it gives you a target of $500. But again, I'm different. Our analysis works different. Our data doesn't show that. This is why I say, guys, many people, like all these analysts all around the world, they're begging me for our data, and they can't understand how we do it because you can use Fib channels. It doesn't always work. Now, our algorithm data is more accurate in terms because it's mathematical equations. Think about this. 2 plus 2 is not 5. It's not 10. 2 plus 2 is 4. Mathematics must work out. This is why our data, why Wall Street wants to understand how do we work these things out mathematically, because they can't figure it out. So it doesn't mean that if you use FIP channel that it's going to hit 500. Yeah, we've got a few minutes. But nonetheless, just keep and watch. It can always happen. You know, things change. Things can change. I'm expecting that this is going to be the high. That one there, 441. If you hit 500, bonus, sell. But guys, remember this. Don't try and time the top. If we say the top is 441, you will not be able to sell the top because everybody's going to sell the top. You want to get out like now. I'm actually out of Bitcoin Cash because it's very close to 441. As a matter of fact, it's actually hit over our target. It's 450. That's a great, it's a great time to get out because many people want to buy now. You want to be out when people want to buy. We do the opposite. You sell when people want to buy. We buy when people sell. Again, we sell the spike. We buy the dip. We do the opposite from the rest of the world. We do what Wall Street does. And it's going to take you time to get to that concept, but you are going to get there. Okay, one more question, Tarishis, then we have to go.
Yeah, Maurice, I see Bijan has his hand up. Bijan, did you want to ask a question? Okay, it doesn't look like it. There was a...
We just lost you, Tarishis.
Sorry, Maurice, my error. We had some questions on stable coins. I know you've discussed them before, guys. There is a blog post on stable coins, but you know, just simply, if USDT, TUSD, they're both stable coins, what's the difference? Essentially just different people backing them. Am I right?
Yeah, that's correct. I don't know if there's anybody else here who wants to explain the stable coins.
I think I see Yapi. Yapi, you've got your hand up. Just unmute yourself and ask a question, please.
Yapi, my skaapie, is jy daar?
Yeah, you better practice that Afrikaans. You're going to need it soon.
No, Yapi and I, we had a conversation the other day.
We're also getting a couple of questions about Litecoin and Bitcoin. Is it going to drop? Guys, go and watch the front end of the webinar again. It'll be out in a couple of hours. Just watch the front end, Maurice, to discuss that and the options there, so we can't go in.
Yeah, look, just quickly, Litecoin, I do expect that Litecoin is still going to drop. We don't know if it's going to drop exactly to 66.8, but keep that as your target. Regardless, guys, I can tell you this, the market will start moving up in the next 24 hours. So if the drop has not happened, let's say here by Friday night, American time, we should see an uptrend, a strong move upwards. So if the drop doesn't happen, just get back. If you're out of Litecoin, just get back. But buy any dip, lather in your buys. Okay, Tarshis, that's about it. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll upload this video. Oh, the other thing is, guys, remember this. There's been people that have been caught, and we're going to take legal action. They have been sending our data all around the world on Telegram groups. It's against the law to do that, completely and utterly against the law. You know, up to 20-year jail in the USA. 20 years. There's a link on our reports. Report everything to Utah, to the FBI. If you find it, and the FBI, we've contacted them, they will take legal action. They regard that all around the world as it's a huge infringement. You can't do that. You know, understand that really correctly, guys. And if you find it, you have to protect our community, because we can't send this data out while you pay for this data.
Yeah.
Sorry, Maurice. It looks like the people can't unmute themselves. That's why nobody's talking.
Yeah, I've unmuted Yapi and Bijan. So Yapi, go for it. Ask a question, please.
Hello, Tashius. Hello, Marius. Thanks a lot. Have you looked at Ethereum, or did I miss it?
Yeah, we did.
I think you missed Ethereum. Bijan, from your side?
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, we can.
My question is, when you're doing your charts, you're using Bitstamp and Bitfinex. How do we account for the price differences when we don't trade on those platforms when we're calculating our exit and entrance points?
Yeah, that's a difficult thing to do, you know, and the problem is we've got 1,800 different exchanges all around the world. The top exchanges are about 21, and it's very difficult for us to actually go and predict what every exchange will be. But when you look at our data, you can quickly go and have a look. Let's say, for example, if you use Binance and we provide it in Bitfinex, just quickly go and scan and have a look and see what the price is on Bitfinex and what it is on Binance for that same coin, and you'll kind of like see the difference. Now remember, if I say there's a difference, it's a very small difference. Like for example, on Bitcoin, it will only be like a $50 difference. Very, very small. Now remember, on XRP, you can literally buy XRP in Bitstamp, move it over to, no, sorry, you can buy it in Bitfinex, move it over to Bitstamp, and make almost 5% immediately. Okay, so you just need to go and check that yourself. It's going to get complicated, but it's a small percentage. Okay, Tertius, we need to go. I hope that question is answered. Listen, guys, thank you very much for being online. We'll upload the video. Please keep all our data private. Okay, have a great day.
Thanks,
Thanks,
all.
guys.
Awesome,
Cheers,
thank
eh?
you. Thank you, Deval. Thank you, Tertius.